Hi, I'm Brent Haseker, website consultant with NetSource Technologies. I want to talk to you today about custom navigations. Now, you're probably wondering, what is a custom navigation and why should I care? Well, custom navigation is something that can make your website a lot easier to use if you've got a lot of content on your website. Say you're an e-commerce website and you've got tons of categories where you're placing all your images. A lot of people can get confused on a regular drop-down menu. For example, let's pull up a website. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Say here's a website that's doing e-commerce and they're selling motorcycle parts and accessories, and they are using your traditional drop-down navigation. Not too crazy in this case, there's not too many here, but as you can see, it's just a bunch of text here. It's not anything interesting. It forces the user to have to read through this. Now, when you get a navigation that has even more drop downs than this, and then you get those little fly out menus from the drop down and you try to mouse over them and they disappear on you when you're trying to click on it, can be really frustrating. So it just causes your customers to have to weed through a lot of text in order to find what they're looking for, which can be really annoying. Now, here's another example of a website that's using a custom navigation. They are also selling motorcycle parts and accessories. And so here they've got their main categories up here, and then their subcategories. You mouse over any of these, and as you can see, you get this custom navigation underneath that fills out this entire area. Doesn't go away until I mouse down way over here. Go to this particular category, and again, we got a completely different navigation for each one of these navigation items. Really cool, because then we also have an image over here to the side which relates to the particular navigation item we're on, in this case apparel. So we see a guy with a apparel on the shirt. We've got helmets. We see some people here using helmets. Exhaust. We see a photo of the exhaust. So everything kind of ties in together visually. It looks really good. Everything's broken out into all these different sections. It's like a little mini web page that pulls down from the navigation and allows you to mouse all around here without having to worry about the navigation disappearing on you. So it's a lot easier to use. You can see a lot of content broken up and organized in a really quick, easy way. You can see it all displayed here quite nicely. Now, there's a little bit of overlap here. I think that's just on my particular browser. For some reason, I'm getting a little overlap here. But as you can see, it's a much nicer visual representation of the navigation than just doing this. So that is one example of a custom navigation. So you can get really creative with this, as you can see. Another company that's doing a custom navigation that sells motorcycle parts and accessories, Revzilla. Now, this one's not as visually striking as the last one we looked at, but it's definitely more visually striking than the original one that we looked at with the traditional drop-down navigation. And what they're doing, like in this case, they at least put in some images of different helmet types for each of the different helmet categories that they have. So somebody can very quickly see, oh yeah, I want a full face helmet, and then they can click right on that. So they don't have to actually read the text. They can just visually see what they're looking for. And again, every one of these navigation items shows you something different and organized in a different way for whatever's appropriate for that particular category. So a really cool way of presenting information on your website when you've got a lot of content to share with people. Now, also on mobile, you're probably wondering what it looks like there. So let's take a look on mobile. So we go to Dennis Kirk's site. We click on the menu on mobile. Now, it's not going to be as visually striking as desktop, because obviously you don't have as much screen real estate to work with, but it's still more interesting than your standard navigation that flies out and just has a bunch of text. In this case, they've got some image icons, and then they display their text navigation to the right based on whatever main category you're on. So adding a custom navigation to your website is a cool thing to do. Not just cool because it looks cool, but cool because it helps customers to find what they're looking for And that's cool because it can lead to more conversions. So why don't you give me a call and we can talk about your website and find out how we can set up a custom navigation for your site and what's actually appropriate for your website. Obviously, custom navigation is something that's going to take a little bit of coordination to figure out. It's also going to be dependent on how your content is organized on your website. So it might involve some moving things around and whatnot, but it's definitely something we can talk with you about. We can coordinate, find out what's going to work exactly for your website and what's going to be best for your customers to be able to find what they're looking for on your website. So in order to talk to me about a custom website, about a custom navigation for your custom website, you can give me a call. The number to reach me is 1-800-709-3240. And we are online at NetSource Inc. That's netsourceinc.com. Again, I am Brent, so give me a call today and let's talk about a custom navigation.